All right, man, let's get to it. Welcome to another edition of No Pump Fake Sports. I'm your host, Passport T. Let's talk a little NBA basketball. What I want to talk about today, man, is two-way players. Man, you have your usual suspects. Every year, these guys are, pretty good on both sides of the court. Giannis, Jimmy Butler, AD, and Paul George, of course. And of course, you always have to throw Kawhi Leonard in there. But the reason I didn't include him in the thumbnail is because Kawhi is down right now. So let's just deal with, what's going on right now, the guys right now. Yeah, man, it is so disrespectful how some of the players, I'm not going to say all, but some of the players, kind of act like PG is just an okay player. In the media, they never bring him up in the top dog, comments, so to speak, when they talk about, top 10 and top 15 players in the NBA. The media rarely even mention Paul George in the comments. Rarely. But when you start to dig into the stats, what you will find out, man, this year, Paul George is actually playing better defense than Jimmy Butler, than Anthony Davis, and Giannis. And it's not really even that close. Like, Paul George has a defensive rating of 97.9 right now. The closest one to that is Giannis. And Giannis is at 102.1. That's not close at all. And then second is Jimmy Butler at 102.6. And then AD comes in last at 103. Yeah, man, PG is doing it on the defensive side of the ball, man, much better than these guys. But in the media, you'll hear them talk about them, Jimmy Butler is such a dog. He's a two-way player, this and that. They don't view Paul George with that toughness. That bubble thing that, when he made that statement, it really, really hurt him, in terms of being talked about. And then you had players trying to buck up, calling them soft like Devin Booker, because of that statement. But the stats doesn't support any of that nonsense. PG is outplaying them guys on the defensive side of the ball. He's outplaying them guys on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah, he's just doing his thing this year, man. I just want to salute Paul George again, man, because he's doing his thing. The only guy that's above Paul George in defensive rating is Kawhi Leonard for the career. Because if you look at the career defensive rating, Giannis is at 104. AD is at 103. Jimmy Butler is at 106. Paul George is at 102.7, and Kawhi Leonard is at 101. So our players on the Clippers, PG and Kawhi, for their career, they are basically the top dogs on defense. We already know what they can do on the offensive side of the ball. For their career, PG even scores more than Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, it's only a points difference, but you would think, because it's the way, the media is and the way they kind of trick you off your square and make you think like Kawhi Leonard is so much better than Paul George, but the stats don't say that over the career. PG outscores him by 1 point, throughout the career. They rebound the ball the exact same for the career, 6.4. PG beats Kawhi in assists. They steal the ball the exact same, and they get the same amount of blocks. So PG's career statistics is a smidget even better than Kawhi Leonard, but you would never hear this in the media. He's much better than Jimmy Butler. AD beats him in points and, of course, field goal percentage, because AD's a big man. He's standing right there under the basket, so of course he's going to shoot a higher field goal percentage than Paul George. But in terms of stretching that floor, PG's killing him in the three-point category. So yeah, man, and Giannis scores like one more point than PG for his career. And of course, he shoot a higher field goal percentage because he hangs around the basket. Not even close in the three-point department. Giannis' career three-point shot is 28%. Jimmy Butler's three-point career shot is 32%. PG beats these guys in every single category, but you never hear this in the media. We actually, as Clipper fans, have the two best two-way players in the entire NBA right now on our roster. One is down, soon to return, and one is lighting it up right now. I mean, in every category. He's leading the Clippers, man, to a playoff push. Yes, of course, it's early, but if he keeps this up, no doubt about it, the Clippers will fall between 4 and 6 in the Western Conference. And he'll make a strong push for MVP. So I just want to salute Paul George again, take my hat off to him, and say, yes, him and Kawhi is the top two-way players in the NBA. And if you have any problem with what I'm saying, just go look at the stats. Go look at the stats for this season and go look at the stats for their career and match them up against these guys that I'm pointing out. And you'll come to a very fast understanding that PG is that dude. So let's erase all of that negative pandemic and all that stuff that you guys just automatically put in your mind because people in the media push that narrative. Nah, PG is that dude. And like I said, salute. My hat is off to you, PG. Keep it going. Let's push these Clippers forward. Let's get it done. Let's hold down the fort until the big dog get back in Kawhi so we can make that push that we should have got last year. You know what I mean? Yes, this is another edition of No Pump Fake Sports. I'm your host, Passport T. Hit that share button. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you can get all the notifications, man. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.